Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of On Purpose. Thank you for committing to growing yourself, to personal development, and to making a positive change in your life. You know that on this podcast, I'm dedicated to bringing you incredible guests with amazing stories that hopefully you can relate to, connect to, and start seeing how you can find your passion and your purpose and start creating a meaningful and fulfilling life. And today's guest is not going to disappoint. First of all, she's an incredibly dear friend, so I can't wait for you to get to know her story and for me to go deeper with her. That's one of the reasons why I love these podcasts. She's one of my wife's best friends, so you're gonna get to find out a bit more about that as well. But on top of all of that, she's had a truly remarkable journey, and she's now the CEO and founder of Live Tinted, a new incredible beauty brand that's changing the way we think about beauty. I can't wait for you to hear about how she describes that and how she articulates that, because she's amazing with words, and her name is Deepika Mutyala. Deepika, thank you so much for being here.
I'm so happy right now.
Thank you. Well, I'm happy right now because we have never sat together in an official, formal situation. Not that this is official or formal at all.
But every time I'm here, which was yesterday, today, and again, probably tomorrow, you're always working and I'm always hanging out with your wife.
Yes, exactly. So Deepika literally lives here, which we love, And that's the interesting thing, that I've not always been sure about my wife's choice in friends. But,
ouch.
but Deepika is the best. And I absolutely love you. Like, you're amazing. You mean so much to both of us. And
I'm so happy you live in LA. Like, remember when we were like just messaging about it, and now you're here, and now I feel like you guys are like my family.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Absolutely. We definitely are family, and we both see it that way as well. And I think you've made LA even more natural for Radhi and I. And I think that's really special, because I think finding family is hard, especially as we get older.
This age, right?
Yeah,
it's tough, but you can always, there's an energy thing that I feel with people at this age that I don't feel like I had before, that I felt with you guys.
Yeah, same. But I just want to take a moment to say congratulations
Thank
on all
you.
the incredible stuff that's happening around Live Tinted.
Thank you.
I can't wait to dive into the story behind it, why the brand exists, what it stands for, and what it's changing in the world. You had this incredible announcement in New York, in the New York Times. It was on banners all over the city. I mean, it looked so exciting. Let's just start there with how exciting that day was, that week was, where all of this kind of became real.
You know what it is like you work towards something for so long, and you have this like vision and hope that everyone's going to like just take it in the way that you want them to, but you don't actually know. And that feeling of the New York Times, the billboard in Times Square with the words Live Tinted written there. I mean, I felt like I gave birth to a baby, and it was the healthiest baby, and it was just like everyone was talking about how cute the baby was, and it was just like, honestly, Jay, like it made everything so worth it, and that entire process to get there was such a roller coaster that I just feel so grateful, honestly.
Amazing. And that's what I want to unpack with you today, because I think, you know, we live in a world, social media world, where people are seeing all of these amazing things. I was observing it that day, and I loved it because I'm your friend and I see what you're doing. And there was such an incredible energy around it. I felt there was so much positivity, but people see that and then we forget what happened before it.
Yes.
And so I want to kind of go there, because you're from a South Asian background.
Yes.
Just like me.
Yes.
And the reason why I want to start there is just, did you ever think that little South Asian girl was going to build this incredible big beauty brand?
And I grew up in Texas, and everything around me was blonde hair, blue eyes, right? And there was a very specific standard of beauty I saw in the media. And my parents, who were immigrants, right, of course from India, they had a very specific vision of what the American dream was. And for them, it was all about respect in America. And that came from education. Education on education on education, degree after degree after degree. And for me, my vision of the American dream was really doing something that paved the path for others, because in America, you have the opportunity to do whatever it is you want to do. And that was like so stuck in my brain. So when you say like, did I ever think I was going to be doing this? I feel like I'm one of the very few people I knew that would say like, yes, because like when I was 16 years old, I told my dad I wanted to create my own beauty brand. But the path from that to where I am now was completely different from what I could have ever imagined. But yeah, like he so badly wanted me to be a doctor. Because again, that equivalated to respect in America. And, you know, our whole family's in medical professionals in some way, stereotypical Indian in that way. But I just wanted something different. And so when I was 16, I told him that I was gonna do it. But being a makeup artist, in my dad's mind, it wasn't a thing, right? So it's like, how can you be a makeup artist and have respect in this country? So when I went to college, I kind of just had this mindset of, I'm going to do the corporate side of the beauty industry, learn everything I can, and then go to HBS, Harvard Business School, to make my dad happy, check, and then start my own beauty brand. It did not go that way, but obviously, like, you know, life. But I will say that, like, I do feel really fortunate that at a very early age, I saw beauty as a vehicle for me to express myself in a community like Texas where nobody looked like me. So I was able to, and in some ways, change who I was to fit into people around me. Like I got I wanted your eyes. You're the one South Asian, well, you and your wife are like the gene pool of like the gods who have like these unreal eyes, but the rest of us got colored contacts to look like everyone around us. I got the blonde streaks. I wanted to look like what I saw in the media and everyone I went to school with. And for beauty was like my way of just like self-expression. And so I was obsessed with it. Like I would stay in on Friday nights and do my cousin's makeup. And it's so surreal because I like talk to them now and they're like, it's so crazy that you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it all happens, man.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Tell me about something you learned from that experience that has helped now. Like what was it in that traditional form of success or respect, like you said, that your parents saw as the American dream? What about that definition has helped you and has been useful?
Totally.
Even though you've taken your own path and paved your own way?
I think when you see the hard work that immigrant parents have, that when they come to this country, they feel like they have this there's this like bar they have to hit, right? Like it's like if we're going to have any type of prestige and just like be taken seriously, we have to work 10 times harder than everybody else. And quite frankly, I still feel that way. And I know we've had conversations about this, that like the reality is that being South Asian or a woman of color in general, like we're still fighting the fight. And I think the thing that I always think about and I tell myself is like, my dad's work ethic is of one I've never seen in my entire life. I mean, he talks about how he was literally like picking weeds in like India and like a village. To see that and what we have today, my family, like it blows my mind. And it gives me this like feeling of like, if they did all of that for us, I have to do that 10x harder.
Yeah,
it gives me this
That's
like fuel and drive.
Logistics in business can be a real pain. I've got many friends who sell online and it's time consuming, expensive, and there are so many carriers and expediting services to choose from. It's really hard to figure out who you can trust and who the best choice is. Thankfully, ShipStation.com stands for a fast, easy, and affordable way to manage and ship all of your products and orders. No matter whether you're selling from Amazon, Etsy, or your own website, ShipStation brings all your orders into one simple interface, making them really easy to manage from any device, even your cell phone. ShipStation works with all of the major carriers, including USPS, FedEx, UPS, even Amazon Fulfillment. And right now, On Purpose listeners can try ShipStation free for 60 days when you use the promo code PURPOSE. There's absolutely no risk. You can start your free trial without even entering your credit card information. Just visit ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in PURPOSE. That's ShipStation.com, then enter promo code PURPOSE. It is often said that if you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. And I've seen that many young and growing companies run into trouble over the last few years. And a common theme has been the fact that they have several different systems which don't talk to each other.